Clark County has a constant need to provide services for our community. Workers are hired from a variety of professions. For example, Clark County Public Works has over 300 employees working in 7 different divisions. Let's get to know some of these hard-working professionals. Employees use a software called AutoCAD while working in the design phase of projects such as sidewalks, stormwater, and roadways.
We run AutoCAD, Autodesk Civil 3D. It's an AutoCAD project, which is basically digital or computer-aided drafting. The old days, they used to do hand drafting with pencils and paper and things like that. What we've progressed, obviously, throughout the last several decades, where now it's what they consider, Autodesk is considered civil, it's called Civil 3D, where one package allows everyone to do everything they need to. The roadway engineers or the sidewalk or whatever, what we would classically just consider roadway, they get to design their roads and sidewalks, etc., and using the same package that the drainage engineers would use to coordinate with them to develop their drainage engineering plans.
Land surveyors maintain and record land survey monuments within the county right-of-way.
We deal with the state plane coordinates derived from latitude and longitude, and they're individual per states, have their own systems. We have a north and a south zone here in Washington State, and we have government corners or section corners. We determine coordinates on those, and from there run our control through a project like this. Whether initially, when we are mapping out here, or doing topography of the old road to map it for the engineers, and they use that information to design a new road or improvements. And from that set of plans we use out here to then stake the improvements they're going to do.
After streets are designed and built, appropriate signage will be installed at intersections and on street light poles.
We like to install our signs in residential areas about 7 feet high, so bicyclists or pedestrians don't hit their heads on them and they're visible from the driver. And we like to use luminaire light poles, to cut down on the amount of sign pollution you have. The street signs on their own posts, if you can use a luminaire, we'll use a luminaire. And otherwise, location depends on where we install the sign. So if there's not one in the area, then we do have to install it. And to install the sign, we use these, the brand is a ditch witch, but it's a vacuum sucker. Or we have an auger truck. This particular subdivision, there was 60 installs that day, and we had 5 sign installers, and we completed all that in one day. So it's just nice to have all the tools the county offers us.
Another position in Public Works is known as site distance. Employees evaluate completed roads and respond to customer complaints on their street.
Our job is split between field work and administrative and office work. We help collect data in the field for site distance, which is basically a fancy way of saying we're evaluating intersections for how far away we can see objects and compare it to where we should be able to see them. We put mechanics into the field to collect speed, things like volume and types of vehicles that go through a road. All of this ultimately is for safety, and it helps our traffic engineers collect the proper data so they can make determinations for things like signage or striping, or they might even make determinations for speed that needs to be changed. So it's our job to collect the data efficiently, correctly, for them to make those decisions. My team that I work with, I love them. For this department, you have to work as a team, because otherwise you just don't get the things done when you need to, and you have to have a reliable team that will give you the information, the correct information that you need to do your job.
Clark College has a land surveying program, a 1 or a 2-year certification. Highly recommended. If somebody wants to check that out, and it's a field that needs new, younger people coming into it. And some people in their 30s and 40s have even changed professions to go to this program at Clark, which is, I recommend.
If you are interested in joining the Clark County team, see current job listings at clark.wa.gov/human resources.